Hi. This is a little reminder as it comes across for me today. When Jesus says, "Let the dead bury the dead," how today it occurs to me in the dead burying the dead are these images of our past in which indeed we lived, and yet we carry them into now, remembering every time that they arise within us this image of the past that isn't present, that belongs in the past. And somehow our buy-in to the belief to carry it into the present, and the impact of that past shadow of self into this present now. Many of us have a childhood in which indeed was difficult, or memories of things that happened that indeed happened. That we still carry and still impact us today. Yes, a question could be, who would we be without those thoughts? But maybe another question might be a contemplation of what if. What if those thoughts that are of the past, that are not you now, are a reflection of a version of you that was? That when you go and you remember now the past, you become. Thus, the dead isn't really dead. The version of you that was doesn't get to stay there. And what is that impact to now? Who are you now? And is that version of you who you are now? That freedom to exist, the beingness that we are, in a way has a graveyard of past versions of ourselves that have moved and adapted and learned from, carried on, but is not that version. The one who's watching this now, listening to my words now, is the version. Free from past. So what happens when the thought arises and we look at it and we believe it to be ourselves? And we become the thing that we were again and again and again. How confusing is that. To not exist and to exist. And that the dead arise and we remember and we become. And then we push away, or we work with and have modalities of. And what if we could just look and see without identifying with it, without becoming the thing, and without rejecting or denying the thing? It's just a happening. Freedom of being arises with no past, no conditioning, an isness that's present, that's spontaneous, to respond to each moment as it arises. In the innocence and purity, free from past, that's present in each moment. Who would we be without that reflection? And so the invitation is to let go. To let the dead bury the dead. For in this now is eternal, everlasting life, present and alive, with possibility infinite, unconditioned, unknown. The mirror is just a reflection, as the past is a mirror held in place. When we let go of reflection, we see. In a different way. We experience in a different way. Thank you for being with me.